Thanks for joining me in the basement today. My name's Jeremy, and this is part 3 of the Silver Flash kind of rebuild, restoration, call it what you will. But today, what I'm hoping to get done is I did a little work off the camera, and got the chassis all stripped down. I decided not to repaint it. This is not a restoration. More of a restoration. So I scrubbed down the chassis with some Scotch-Brite and a wire brush as well, and then I didn't worry about getting all the rust off, just the big stuff, and then coated it with WD-40, wiped it off. That's kind of the best use for WD-40. Not a lubricant. Do not use WD-40 as a lubricant. See, cleaned up the wheels here. They're looking much better on the trailing truck, so quite happy with how those look. And so for today, hoping to get the reverse unit rebuilt. We're going to replace one of the fingers on it that is worn through. Going to replace all this black wire. I've got some lovely orange wire. Why orange? It's because of what I had. I'm sure I could find some black wire, but it's not that big a deal. And see, I've got a new capacitor for the speaker, so hopefully the speaker won't fry if it's still good. And try to get everything ready and try to get the chassis running. And then probably in the final episode, I will clean this guy up and maybe set up a quick layout and get it running around the track. Okay, let's get into this reverse unit. It sure is a lot easier to work on when it's not stuck to the chassis here. But it's pretty easy to take these apart. You don't necessarily have to unsolder the wires, but I did because the motor wire is connected right here. It's just a little bit of a twist that these tabs are on. So untwist them carefully, and you can pull the wipers right out. And pulling the wiper out also allows you to clean this wheel, or the drum I should say, which I already did. I Scotch-Brited that before. So it's running free. You don't really want to lubricate it if possible. If it'll run free, that's the best thing possible. Alright, so on the fingers here, it's a little hard to see, but it's already got spots that are worn through it, and I want this locomotive to continue to run for as long as possible, and so I'm going to replace these. I'm sure I could make them work, but it'd be a short-term fix. So make sure I got the correct side here, and I don't. I need the other one. This... Oh, nope. I thought it did. Alright, so here's the back side where the wires get soldered on. Keep dropping it. Here's the replacement. So, yeah, this one should go good. The reason why these wore out quicker than the top ones here is the amount of force that was on. When this was set up at the factory, this had a lot of force on it for some reason, and it wore out really quick. So when I put this on, I'll set it on there, and I'll see how much force there is on the fingers. This one may not have enough force. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of pull it back a little bit and then kind of let it snap forward. This finger is bent a little over that way. See if I can tweak it a little bit. Just a little bit over. Alright. Just listening for the snap here. They're not like bending way out of the way when I push them in, they're just bending a little bit. So that should be pretty good. Alright, we'll just give it just a little bit of a twist, like an eighth turn or something like that. Just so this insulated block stays in place. Nope, that clearly wasn't enough because it pulled right off. A little bit more. Okay, that is good. Now these upper ones here, I already loosened those up. And we will make sure those are clean enough. Just a little more light on the subject here. There we go. Alright, these are looking pretty good. I did hit them with some Scotch-Brite before. Let me grab some more Scotch-Brite or Magic Eraser or something. Alright, so I'm going to support the back of these with my fingers, because we don't want them to bend out of shape. Okay. There we go, that looks good. These look like they're bent more than the other ones. We'll see what kind of pressure we got on them. Yeah, these got a lot more downward pressure on it. But they were working, they were holding up pretty good, so we're gonna leave it. Okay, put a good twist on this, make sure it's tight enough. Maybe a little more on this one. Okay, that is not coming off of there. Let's check the operation of this unit. Now what's nice is on these units you've got a little pawl that you can actuate with your finger and make sure the drum rotates. The pawl can kind of move in a little bit. It's not really meant for this, I don't think, but you can also use a screwdriver. It's also got a plate on the underside you can manually actuate. Yeah, looks like it's probably going to stick. A lot of these do. I'm not really sure why they do. Maybe they hang up in the upper area here. Hopefully it didn't damage the pawl or the anything else over there. Let's see here. Sometimes it's residual magnetism. We can always work on it later too. Alright, let's work on some of this wiring mess. This is the capacitor that I have to replace this big guy over here. This big guy is rated 100 MFD, 15 working voltage, 15 volts working voltage, DC. Alright, and this is the replacement. This is actually working voltage of 50 volts, so this is just something I had in my stash. And the side with the line on it is the negative side, so I'll be able to put it in correctly and not have it blow up on me or go pop. Alright, let me move the camera maybe a little bit, and we'll do a little high-speed footage of me changing all these wires. that'll work. Alright, let's get a washer in place. Get a small washer. And a clip. That looks pretty good. It's probably going to be easier to hook these up with the rear truck off. Okay, that is in position. Alright. Shut the phone off. Where's the rear truck? Rear truck is here. Put the rear truck in. Put the washer on. Put the metal washer on top of it. There's the circlip. I was going to say, hopefully I can find the circlip. Now, let's hope it doesn't go flying. Keep my finger over the top of it. Don't know if that groove is exposed enough on here. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll see how it works. Sometimes these things can be very frustrating. I just broke it. I broke the darn thing. Well, that's great. I mean, that groove probably wasn't exposed enough anyway. Oh well, now I gotta find a little circlip. I got a little stash of them. Alright, well, I'm gonna shut off the camera and we'll get this fixed. Well, here we go. It's not very pretty, but it works. Or it should work. Let me put it that way. I'm ready to test it. I'm not going to put the truck frames on. I know we'll have some continuity or the connection issues because the truck frames also provide for some of the path to the rail. But overall, I'm really happy with how it looks. I'm confident I got it wired up correctly. And unfortunately, just to verify, I had to pull out my old one. And my old one's wiring looks a lot worse. So apparently I've learned a few things since I did this wiring job. But hey, I also got to replace this capacitor. I see this is the original capacitor. But let's move stuff around and give it a shot. Okay, first test run. Will it catch on fire? Will it work? Will it do nothing? Let's give it a shot. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Try it again. Okay, we are drawing way too many amps here. I might have something wired up wrong. I'll have to double check. Yeah, we got something wired up wrong. Go figure. Alright, let's try that. I like you, little sucker. Okay, we are not getting power to the motor, but the speaker does not work. Okay, back at it again. And what I did was I checked the continuity on the drum fingers. I think the back drum fingers were not making continuity. I don't know why. The solder joint might be a little questionable because we're using original wires. But I just kind of poked around with the test leads and it started making continuity, and I thought I'd try it, and here's what happened. It works! It works! Now all I have to do is get an insulating washer for the underside of this guy. That was why it was shorting out before. You have to have an insulating washer on both sides. I know that's how it came, but I just wanted to try without it, and I lost. Woohoo! It works! Yes, that is great. That was a really kind of an odd problem where the back of the reverse unit wasn't making contact. I don't know, those fingers that I had, those have been, I've had those for like 20 years, so even though they're not corroded, anything's possible. But so what's the next step? I think getting the seeing if I can get the diesel war to work a little better, either replacing the speaker or who knows what. But that's going to be in the next episode, along with cleaning up the diesel shell a little bit. Like I said, at least for right now, I'm not going to do any decals on it. We're just going to do that other, the final part of it and get it going. And we'll worry about the decals later. Really want to thank you for watching part 3 of this 4-part episode. Thought it was going to be 3 parts, but hey, it got a little crazy there. So thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. My name's Jeremy with Too Many Hobbies.